Welcome to this journey through 20 historic photos of Donald Trump. From his youth in the family business to his leap onto the political stage, each image offers a glimpse into the moments that have defined his career, and in many cases, recent U.S. history. In this video, you'll discover interesting details, anecdotes, and the stories behind each of these viral photographs. If you enjoy this first part, leave your comments and give it a like. Now, let's dive into this fascinating trip. Donald Trump in his youth with his father, Fred Trump, 1960s. To understand how Donald Trump became such a well-known figure, you first have to look at his roots. In this photograph, a young Donald is pictured alongside his father, Fred Trump, a successful real estate developer in New York. Fred instilled in his son an interest in business at an early age, taking him to construction sites and teaching him that hard work was the key to success. What's striking about this image is seeing Donald Trump before the media fame, looking serious and focused on learning the tricks of the trade. Years later, he would take over the family empire, expanding and transforming it into the global brand we know today. Inauguration of the Grand Hyatt Hotel in New York, 1980. Fast forward to 1980, when Donald Trump scored one of his first major real estate successes, the renovation and reopening of the Grand Hyatt in Manhattan. This photo shows the newly refurbished hotel, with a proud Trump posing for the press. Few people know that this project was nearly derailed by high costs and New York City bureaucracy. However, the young businessman negotiated intensely with the local government and banks, securing tax benefits that would later showcase his deal-making skills. This moment cemented his reputation as someone willing to take big risks and reap the rewards. The opening of Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, 1983. If the Grand Hyatt was his big break, Trump Tower confirmed his boundless ambition. Opened in 1983 in the heart of Fifth Avenue, this skyscraper not only became his residence, but also a centerpiece of his luxury brand. In the photo, Donald Trump stands in front of the lavish tower, boasting a pink marble atrium, indoor waterfalls, and exclusive shops. Trump understood how to combine business, luxury, and marketing. The result was a building that became a tourist landmark and the headquarters of his operations for decades. Donald Trump's cameo in Home Alone 2, 1992. For many, this was their first encounter with Donald Trump on the big screen. In Home Alone 2, known as Mi Pobre Angelito 2 in some countries, young Kevin McAllister bumps into Trump at New York's Plaza Hotel. The scene is brief, but very memorable. Why is this photo so significant? It shows Trump as a public figure who is already venturing beyond the business world into media and entertainment. This cameo became a symbol of the growing fame he would continue to cultivate over the years. Donald Trump in the WWE, 2007. It may sound incredible, but Donald Trump also stepped into the world of professional wrestling. This photo captures his famous appearance in the WWE, specifically in the storyline dubbed the Battle of the Billionaires. Trump became involved in a scripted rivalry with Vince McMahon, the owner of the company, drawing millions of viewers. This episode underscores his showman persona and knack for generating publicity. In the end, the spectacle culminated with Trump shaving McMahon's head in the ring, one of the WWE's most surreal and widely watched moments at the time. Official announcement of his presidential candidacy, June 16, 2015. This photograph marked a turning point. Accompanied by his wife Melania, Donald Trump descended the escalator at Trump Tower to announce his candidacy for President of the United States. It was a moment that stunned many, since most viewed him as a reality TV star rather than a serious politician. Yet his speech, filled with promises and controversies, captured the attention of millions of voters. Media outlets worldwide covered this moment, which quickly went viral on social networks. Few imagined then that he would go on to become the 45th President of the United States. The first Republican debate, 2015. The first Republican debate of 2015 was one of the most highly anticipated in primary history. Trump's direct style changed the usual dynamic. In this photo, you see several candidates, but Trump stands in the center, reflecting the attention he was already drawing. The debate set viewership records. Controversial comments, heated exchanges, and Trump's command of the camera all boosted his popularity in the polls. Many analysts agree that on that night, his once unlikely path to the White House became far more plausible. Nomination acceptance at the Republican Convention, 2016. In 2016, Donald Trump defeated all his primary rivals. At the Republican National Convention, he officially accepted the party's nomination for president. This image shows him giving a thumbs up, surrounded by American flags and the cheers of his supporters. It was a historic moment. A businessman and TV star had become the Republican Party's leader. Many initially thought his campaign was a joke, but here he stood, ready to take on Hillary Clinton in the general election. By this point, his slogan, "Make America Great Again," had already become a global media sensation. Election night 2016, November 8th. On the night of November 8th, 2016, Donald Trump stunned the world by defeating former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in one of the closest contests in recent memory. In this photo, he celebrates with his family and campaign team. It was a moment of triumph for his supporters and disbelief for much of the political establishment. Polls had been uncertain, with most predicting a Clinton win. However, Trump's strategy paid off better than expected, and this image captures the moment his campaign promises turned into the platform of a future administration. Meeting with outgoing President Barack Obama at the White House, November 10, 2016. Just 2 days after the election, Donald Trump went to the White House to meet with Barack Obama, an act of courtesy that marks the start of the presidential transition. The photo shows them both seated in the Oval Office, with serious, and for some, tense expressions. At that moment, the world watched with curiosity and uncertainty. Obama and Trump had starkly different political views, but needed to coordinate the transfer of power. The image went viral as a symbol of the resilience of American democratic institutions, an outgoing president and an incoming one, working together for the country's future. Inauguration Ceremony, January 20, 2017. On January 20, 2017, Donald Trump was officially sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. In this photo, he is captured with his right hand raised and his left hand on the Bible, taking the oath to uphold the Constitution. With the Capitol in the background and surrounded by his family, it was a moment watched live by millions on television and the internet. The event was steeped in symbolism and, unsurprisingly, was not without controversy, from debates over attendance numbers to the tone of his address. Still, this image represents the start of a new chapter in American politics, marked by the promise to make America great again. Trump's official photo in the Oval Office, 2017. Every U.S. president has an official portrait in the Oval Office, and Donald Trump was no exception. In this photograph, he appears serious, seated at the resolute desk, with the American flag behind him. It was distributed to embassies and federal offices nationwide, becoming one of the most recognizable images of his administration. What makes this photo interesting are the small changes each president introduces to the Oval Office's decor. Trump, for example, brought back gold drapes and repositioned certain portraits of American heroes, putting his personal stamp on what is often called the most powerful office in the world. Meeting with Pope Francis at the Vatican, May 2017. In May 2017, Donald Trump and Pope Francis met at the Vatican, an encounter many considered the meeting of two very different personalities. The photo shows a moment of absolute formality, the Pope holding Trump's hand, surrounded by artwork and the historic opulence of the Vatican. This meeting drew significant media interest because the two leaders had previously exchanged critical remarks on topics like immigration and climate change. Nonetheless, the encounter proceeded with diplomatic cordiality, reminding us that despite deep differences, high-level dialogue remains possible. Meeting with Kim Jong-un in Singapore, June 12, 2018. On June 12, 2018, the world watched intently as a sitting U.S. president met with a North Korean leader for the very first time. In this photo, Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un shake hands in front of their respective flags, symbolizing a historic attempt at easing tensions on the Korean peninsula. While the ultimate outcome of these negotiations remains controversial, the image had an enormous global impact. It demonstrated Trump's ability to break diplomatic norms and pursue direct engagements, something unimaginable only a few months prior, when tensions between the two countries were escalating. Visit to the demilitarized zone between the two Koreas, June 30, 2019. A year after Singapore, Trump again surprised the world by visiting the demilitarized zone between South and North Korea. In this photo, he is literally stepping over the border, becoming the first sitting U.S. president to set foot on North Korean soil. For some, it was more of a media spectacle than tangible diplomatic progress. For others, it represented a rare opening for dialogue in a previously unexplored arena. Whichever view one takes, the image of an American president in that territory remains one of the most striking moments of his foreign policy. Meeting with Kanye West in the Oval Office, 2018. Donald Trump didn't only meet with world leaders, he also hosted pop culture icons. In 2018, Kanye West visited the White House and sat down with Trump in the Oval Office. This photo quickly went viral, showing the unusual blend of politics and the music industry. Kanye, one of the most influential rap artists, publicly endorsed Trump on multiple occasions. Their meeting sparked intense debate on social media, where issues of race, social policies, and the role of celebrity in politics were hotly discussed. It was undoubtedly a moment that blurred the lines between entertainment and power. The traditional Thanksgiving turkey pardon. One of the most colorful presidential traditions in the United States is the annual Thanksgiving turkey pardon. Each year, one or sometimes two turkeys are spared from ending up as the holiday meal, officially pardoned by the president. This photo, showing Trump laughing while petting the turkey, went viral thanks to the scene's amusing nature and the president's playful expression. Dating back several decades, this ritual is a blend of humor and public relations, symbolizing a moment of lightheartedness amidst the intensity of the presidential agenda. White House Christmas Message, 2019. At the end of each year, the White House puts on a grand display for Christmas, and the Trump administration was no exception. This 2019 photograph shows Donald and Melania Trump beside a towering Christmas tree, surrounded by wreaths and lights. Every year, the White House decorations sparked both praise and controversy during Trump's presidency. Some lauded the grandeur, while others found it excessive. Regardless, the annual Christmas images often went viral, presenting another facet of the White House and the president's ceremonial role. Final speech before leaving office at Andrews Air Force Base, January 20, 2021. On January 20, 2021, as Joe Biden was preparing to be sworn in, Donald Trump delivered his final speech as president at Andrews Air Force Base. In this photo, he stands at a podium with Air Force One in the background, bidding farewell to his supporters and thanking his team. It was an unusual moment, as Trump chose not to attend Biden's inauguration ceremony, breaking with the tradition of a face-to-face handover. The speech was brief, but contained messages directed at his followers, marking the end of a presidency as controversial as it was influential on the global political stage. The actual meeting between Donald Trump and Javier Milei, 2021 to 2022. Finally, we have the photograph that caused a significant stir online. The meeting between Donald Trump and Javier Milei. Contrary to initial rumors that it was merely a fabricated photo, there was indeed a private meeting between the two, where they discussed their political and economic visions. The image went viral almost immediately, as many saw it as a convergence point between two figures representing disruptive stances in their respective countries' politics. Regardless of each person's interpretation, this meeting confirmed the ideological alignment shared by both and underscored their media impact not just in the United States and Argentina, but worldwide.